All right, first things first, this is the email that will be used to send the email, and here you enter your app password. Now, this is not your regular password using which you log into your Gmail account. This is an app password. I'll show you how you can generate app password after explaining the code. Now, you need app password because Gmail does not allow you to log into Gmail account with your regular password. Okay, so first let's look into the code and then we will see how we can generate the app password. Okay, so here basically I'm importing some dependencies. Now we use SMTP lib to send the email. Now this comes default with Python, so you don't need to install it. This email message is also a part of Python standard library. And now this is something that you have to install. Okay, this project will also be in GitHub. If you want to clone it and run it in your local machine, feel free to do it. But this is the one library that you will need to install. Again, when we run this project, I'll show you how you can install it. Okay, so finally, we just get the email password and email address from the environment variable. So this is a sample environment variable. The actual one is just like .env. It's not .evn. Let me rename this again. .env. And here, let me move this. You can just duplicate this .sample when you run it from your git clone project. Okay. And we have the email address and password using which we will send the email. Now this is the function that will be used to send the email. Basically, we are doing nothing much. We are just initializing this object, email message object, and we are passing the subject and the email address to which you want to send the email. Okay, this is wrong here. It's to address. Okay, my bad, it's correct. Email address from which you want to send the email address to which you want to send the email, and finally, we set the content in this message, email message object to body. This body is the email content. Okay, so it might be hello, how are you, or anything else. And finally, we use SMTP lib to send email. First, we authenticate with the Gmail SMTP server. Now, this is the Gmail SMTP server's URL, and this is the default SMTP port. And we use SMTP start TLS function to encrypt the connection so that your content is encrypted. We then log in to this SMTP server using email address and the app password that we will generate. And finally, we send the email. Okay, and we print once the email is sent. Okay, so this is for sending plain email. Now, if you want to send an HTML email, you have to add this additional line of code. That is add alternative, and the content is HTML and the subtype is HTML. Note that when we were sending plain HTML, we set the content to body, but if you want to send HTML email, we just read the template or the HTML file, that is the HTML content, and we send it using add alternative function, not the send message function. Okay, so in this tutorial, I'll show you how you can send the plain email. In the next tutorial, I'll show and explain how you can add attachment, how you can send bulk emails, and how you can send HTML templates easily. Okay, this is just a brief overview. We will go in detail in the next video. Okay, now getting back to the topic in hand, let's try to run this, but first we will need to generate an app password. Okay, so go to Gmail, click here in your icon on top right, and click on manage your account. Here, I am not sure where you need to navigate, so I'll just search for app passwords. Okay, here you will see app passwords. Just click on this, enter your passkey or your password to log in again, and let's give it an app name. Let's call this app test emailer. Click on create. This is the app password. I'll just copy it. Click on done. Your app password is now being created. Now you can go back to your project here in your app password, paste the password, and you can remove the white spaces. And now we have both email address and password, right? Okay, so now we just call this function and enter these parameters. This is now being done here. So what I'm doing here is I'm just reading the email address to which you want to send the email from command line, reading the subject, reading the body, and finally we just call the send plain email. Okay, it's just send plain email function, and passing the two address, subject, and body. Okay, let's import it here. Again, I'll upload this to GitHub so you can just download it from there and enter your own details here and then use this to test out the emailer. Okay, now let's try to run this. Okay, if you directly try to run this, you'll get this error that says no module name.env because you need to install it. It's also added in the requirements here. So let's see how we can do it. First, let's create a virtual environment because that is the standard way to do things, and install project level dependencies. To do that, just type python -m venv. Here hit enter. If this does not work for you, just try typing Python 3 instead of just Python. Now this virtual environment will be created. Once this is done, we will activate this virtual environment and install our dependency. Okay, now virtual environment is created. You will see this .venv folder is also created here. To activate it, just type venv. If you're on Windows, enter /. If you're on Linux, enter /. Okay, and then after venv, type scripts. You can hit tab to autocomplete and then activate, hit enter, and now you will see venv is activated. And now to install dependencies, what you can do is just type pip install -r and then requirements.txt. This requirements.txt file will contain all your dependencies. So if your project grows, it can have multiple dependencies here. Now let's hit enter. Now it is collecting python.env and installing it. Okay, once the dependency is installed, we will run Python send email CLI again, which will ask us for receiver email. Let's send it to vishal.shrestha9794@gmail.com. Subject is test from the code city. Okay, there's an error in the code here. Failed to send email, cannot access local variable line. Okay, so in the main.py here, where is line? Okay, sorry, my bad here. Okay, lines, line. Okay, so first we need to read the line, okay, and then check it. There was no line variable and I was checking line here, that's why there was an error. So first we read the input and then we check if the line contains semicolon. Okay, it's not dot, it's semicolon. Okay, let's run this again now. Receiver email is vishal.shrestha9794@gmail.com. Subject is the code city test. And now let's enter body. Hello, how are you? Regards, Vishal Shrestha. And now to finish this, we just need to enter semicolon. Okay, enter semicolon, hit enter. And now it is saying sending email to vishal.shrestha9794. And the email is now sent. Okay, let's check it. Here is the email and we have received the email. So this is how you can easily send email using Python from Gmail. In the next one, we will see how we can send the complete HTML template, attachments, and send bulk email and schedule them. So go ahead, try this out. If you have any questions regarding this project, let me know in the comments below. Happy coding and see you in the next one.